In today's video, I'm going to go through my top 5 boys' names and my top 5 girls' names. Hi everybody, my name's Chloe and I am the mom to a little girl called India who is 1 year old, and on this channel you can expect to see anything from parenting to lifestyle to reviews. So if you're new here, please think about subscribing and let's get straight into that video. So I decided to do my top 5 girls' names and my top 5 boys' names. It's not going to be one of those videos that you see that are boys' names that I love but won't be using, girls' names that I love but won't be using. It's just literally boys and girls' names that I love. So the first one is Aria. Now, this is possibly a name we are going to be using, but I'm not really sure yet. A lot of people have said to me when I've mentioned the name Aria, oh, is it from Pretty Little Liars? But actually, no, it was a name recommended to me. I don't know what, I don't watch Pretty Little Liars, I don't know what it's about or anything like that. So no, it's not from Pretty Little Liars. But I just think it's a really nice, unusual name, and it goes with Pillar. And the thing is that because we've got India as a name and it's quite unusual, I'd like to have an unusual girl's name as well that's pretty, so I really like Aria. The next one is Willow. Now, I got this name, I was recommended it and then turned it down, but then I heard that Pink's daughter her name was Willow, and that is where I've got it from. So now I'm trying to like calmly convince Dan to go for Willow rather than Aria. I think I do prefer Willow to Aria. I think it's a really pretty name, and I think it's semi-unusual. So also the other thing is with Aria is that I've heard it a lot. Like, I've heard a lot of children have it, or more than what I would have expected. So yeah, Willow is definitely a very nice name. Next name, or the next 2 names, are really pretty names that Dan does not like. The first one is Florence. I love the name Florence. I don't love the name Florence as much as I love the name Florrie. I really, really like that name. That name has come from Mrs. Meldrum. Her middle child is called Florence, and I think it's such a gorgeous, like very pretty little name, and I love that name so much. But I do prefer Florrie to Florence, but it would go as Florence anyway. Dan doesn't really like it, so it's definitely one that we won't be using, unfortunately, but it is in my top 5. The next name that I really, really like is Sofia. This is also from Mrs. Meldrum. Her eldest is called Sofia. I just love the way you pronounce it. I think it is it's another version of Sofia. The only reason I wouldn't use this is because my nanny was called Sofia, but I really, really love the name Sofia. Again, I think it's really unusual, it's really pretty. I love how they shorten it down to Fire. It's such a really pretty name, but Dan does not like this name and does not want to use it, so we won't be using that name. My next favourite name is Amelia. I've heard this name quite a lot. It's not an unusual name, but I do think it is a very pretty name. This name will probably be, if we have another little girl, because I obviously am pregnant at the moment, it will be the middle name of our little girl's name. So I think that's quite a pretty name. But I have my heart set on Amelia, but I wouldn't use it as a first name, but I do like it as a middle name. So on to the boys' names. The first one I've got down is Luca or Lucas. These got recommended to me by my sister. Really, really like Luca. But I don't know, there's just something saying to me not to use this name for a boy. I really struggle with boys' names though. If I go through this list, you'll see that they're not as unusual as the girls' names. I sort of like a little bit calmer names for boys, so not quite so unpopular, because I find some of the unpopular ones are not as nice as the girls' ones. So the next name I really like is Hudson for a boy's name. However, there is a big problem with this. Not a big problem, but my maiden name was Hudson. India's middle name is Hudson, so I can't really call my child Hudson. I do really like it though as a first name, and I think it's really, really unusual and really, really nice name to use. The next name that I've got down is Max. This is probably the name that we will use if we have a little boy. I wouldn't say I'm 100% keen on the name Max, but Max is just stuck. We keep calling the baby a particular name. We don't call it like a boy and a girl. We call it like a mixture of the boy and the girl's name. So basically it's Maria at the moment, because we want to call, at the moment, the baby Aria, but that might change to Willow. Anyway, but I think the name Max has stuck to the point where I don't want to drop it, but I'm not 100% keen on it, but I do like it. Does that make sense? Anyway, next name. So the next name that I've got down is Oscar. I really like this name. I don't know why, but Dan hates it. I think it's a very biblical name. It's just really cute and sweet and gentle. It's a really gentle name, and I really like it. I think it's lovely, but yes, we won't be using that one. And then the last and final name is Fraser. I've never heard Fraser before, but Emily Norris's first son, so her eldest, is also called Fraser, and I really, really like it. I haven't actually approached Dan with this name, but I think he probably will go against it, knowing the amount of times that I've popped up names to him and he said no. But I do like that one as well, but it is one we won't be using because, again, Max has stuck. If you enjoyed this video, please think about hitting the subscribe button, and I really hope to see you in my next video. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye!